All right, let's make things clear. Since the beginning, everyone has been hoping that XRP will reach a huge milestone. $10,000 was not only a possible amount, but also a sure thing and a guess. There is a lot more power behind that prediction now. It's worth noting that Larry Finn of BlackRock is supporting this picture, and he's not just talking about a pitiful $10,000 per XRP. He's making it sound like it's a must. Let's get right to the heart of today's subject before we jump. Boss, I need some help. All you have to do to join our amazing group is click the like button, subscribe, and bell Think About Giants as the meat. Big names in finance like BlackRock and Vanguard are now seriously considering using XRP for their foreign deals. Don't worry, things will get better. There are rumblings about BlackRock putting out an ETF that focuses on XRP. Yes, what you heard is true, but there's more. Wait a minute. Now, Larry Fink is looking at the huge $3 trillion real estate market and guessing what the most important thing is that will happen in it in the future. Everything can be turned into a token on the XRP ledger, and with an amazing $1.2 quadrillion from traders and foreign swaps through ISDA. For each part, there is a token, and below is a clip that is part of our movie. That will get people's attention. Larry seems to be confirming BlackRock's plan for an XRP ETF, so we won't have to wait much longer. Feel free to watch this clip now. A good way to make it seem more trustworthy and safe is to wait for the Bitcoin ETF to come out. Let me ask you this, are you going to do another ETF? Whose value went through the roof to an amazing $43,000. This is not a one-time thing. As a whole, this fits a trend of XRP's value rising out of the blue. Remember how we talked about a $7,000 XRP problem at a big exchange just last week? Now it's Crypto.com's turn, and it looks like these sudden rises in XRP's value are happening more often on a number of markets. But let's talk about something completely different. This is something I learned after doing a lot of study, and it's just as interesting as BlackRock or the recent rise in the XRP market. We're going to talk about Gary Gensler, who took over as head of the SEC after Jake Clinton. Most of you probably already know that Gensler always rates XRP as a safe. This part is interesting. The brother of Gary, Robert M. Gensler, looks a lot like Gary, and they are the same age. Robert is very important to T Price. As its vice president at the time, you can see that TR Price isn't just any investment company. If you look a little deeper, you can see that it is one of the biggest investors and has a lot of XRP, Bitcoin, and Ethereum. In this case, this has an interesting link. The head of the SEC, Gary Gensler, keeps calling XRP a security. His twin brother has a lot of money invested in RP and other cryptocurrencies through a well-known funds manager. It's an interesting job that makes a lot of things worse. Regarding the complicated forces at play in the world of cryptocurrency investments and regulations, it's interesting to consider that Vice President of TR Price, Robert Gensler, may have inside information about XRP's potential to be like Bitcoin. This argument gains more support when you consider the size of the company's holdings. And these three cryptocurrencies, even though the SEC says there is no insider trade, several studies and papers have given different results. These studies, which focus on insider trading and market trickery, have often shown that the SEC is doing some questionable things. SEC employees seem to be telling their family members about digital assets that might soon no longer be considered stocks. This seems to be a trend. Then these family and friends invest early in these assets. When the asset is officially deemed not to be a security, its value soars, making these friends and family very rich thanks to buying low and selling high. Let's look at how likely it is that Robert and Gensler knew from his brother Gary Gensler that the SEC might lose a case against XRP. This kind of information could mean that Congress will try to reach a deal. Smart investors should take advantage of this great chance to buy XRP between the SEC and Ripple Lab. However, as the price of XRP continues to rise, more and more money comes into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and most importantly, XRP. This adds another layer to the story of how XRP might reach heights that have never been seen before. $10, $20, or even $60,000. This is especially true for experts like Jack, who have been bullish on XRP. The Ripple thinks that its value will go up sharply and could even go above $589. Even though it's a bold prediction, it shows how people are becoming more interested in XRP and its possibilities in the cryptocurrency space. Wall Street wants to get a piece of the valuable XRP pie. I think the first big move will be an XRP ETF, but let's look into it further. Moving below the top of this event, some interesting news has come out from Crypt Basics. A former Ripple director is interested in the news that JP Morgan has made a big move into XRP, which came from an expert. This new information made me think, and it's something we need to look into further. The story goes like this. A well-known figure in the crypto world said that Ben Armstrong, who used to work with the BitBoy crypto brand, brought up some controversial CLS claims about JP Morgan's alleged role in XRP. This made Armstrong, who used to be the director of Ripple, respond. He says that JP Morgan has a lot of XRP tokens right now, --7.5 million. Armstrong goes on to say that this deal was worth about 7.5% of JP Morgan's total wealth, but this figure looks wildly off. As of 2023, JP Morgan's total assets are thought to be a huge $3.89 trillion. So Armstrong's number doesn't quite add up. At its current worth of $4.46 million, 7.5 million XRP is not even close to 7.5% of JP Morgan's wealth. Armstrong talks about how important it is that JP Morgan is said to be taking this method and secretly hoarding XRP. He says that JP Morgan is a rising star in the cryptocurrency world, so now we have the news that big Wall Street banks like JP Morgan may be getting into Bitcoin. It's possible that the numbers aren't completely correct, but the idea that big banks are getting into cryptocurrencies is still a good one. This is especially true for XRP. It points to a bigger trend in how traditional banks and digital currencies are interacting with XRP at the center of some interesting changes. In BlackRock, the giant in asset management has gotten a lot of attention because of Armstrong's even more bold comments. He is paying attention when he says that BlackRock is now thinking about XRP as a possible investment. Getting its Bitcoin shares cleared not long ago, Portfolio Armstrong kept going after that. He is also paying attention to the ongoing legal battle between Ripple and the US Securities and Exchange Commission over the fact that these huge financial institutions are getting involved. The point is, even though the current legal drama shows a strong belief in XRP's bright future, imagine if this pattern of accumulation is real. However, the situation shown in Armstrong's painting might not be the whole story. In fact, the story gets more complicated after Armstrong's shocking claims. Matt Hamilton, a former director of Ripple, added a good dose of skepticism. He questioned whether such a purchase was real and what effect it would really have on XRP, given how valuable the token is. When production is over, Hamilton pulls out the calculator and figures out that there are now 100 billion XRP in circulation. Only 0.0075% of that amount, or 7.5 million XRP, is left. Armstrong said it was a cheesy tribute to how often Armstrong's statements were bizarre, making it sound like you need a satirical view to make sense of it all. In response, Hamilton joked, "I guess this is a parody account. Let's look at it in more depth, since the math speaks for itself." Hamilton was right on the money when he used the numbers to show how wrong the first claim was. It's very clear that the numbers don't add up, but this made me think, how did this strange story get started? Really, I've looked around and found the prize. I found the source, and it's a big deal. So there you have it in the complicated and often confusing world of cryptocurrency. Keeping calm is important when reporting, and as always, I'm here to help. As you move through these rough waves of information, please remember that I am not a licensed financial advisor and that the information in these videos is only meant to be fun. Take care, please.